Hello, everyone. Peace be upon you. Thank you to the new subscribers. Last video didn't have that many views, but I did get a few subscribers. Thank you, guys. Let's start right away. I know you're anxious to hear messages and what's new. Okay, so first of all, the symbol of anchor has been showing up this whole last week. Today's Friday. And the whole week before, I had the synchronicity signs of an anchor showing up everywhere, like anchor. I got a jewelry piece that was shaped like anchor, and then references everywhere. So anchoring, it's time for anchoring your twin flame preparation, and anchoring has a very symbolic um, message for you. And then finally, the last drop in that symbol of anchor was this shirt that I got, which says, you can see, this is really a really beautiful message for you guys for your coming up reunion. It says, you see that? Love and hope anchors. That's the final. You can Google what anchor symbolically means, but that's the final message I can tell you. What is that about? Love and hope anchors. And there was a lot of references to hope as well this week. To keep the hope, to keep the faith, not to give up. Okay, so that's the number one thing. No matter how hard it is not to give up, but what does it mean to give up? Where do you go from there? There's no giving up. We can't do that. By the way, that dude in the back, that's Shukriya. He is really sweetest guy in the world. He's really nice. He has a mother and two sisters, and he always waits. He's a real gentleman. He waits for everybody to eat before he does. He loves to obey. I'm not a kind of person who likes to train dogs, because I believe that communication, just like with children and just like amongst adults, should be based on, well, I mean, the way to have, the things done properly, and the way to have a good communication is through communication, through saying what we want, what we expect, but not not forcing others, either by manipulation or by ordering them around. So I don't believe it works on husbands. If you're married, if you're a wife, ordering your husband around, manipulating your husband to do things for you, manipulating your kids to do things for you, manipulating or forcing your animals to obey you, but to make them feel great when they obey, when they do something right, make them feel good about doing good things is a secret, uh, in my opinion. So he enjoys being a good boy, and he is. He's always been, and I'm sure he always will be. And so, and by the way, he usually never jumps on furniture. He's just raised that way. He's really nice boy. And again, not through some kind of force. I never told him no, don't jump on furniture. I simply told him, we want to keep our place clean, and you are a boy, and you go outside, and sometimes you walk on the grass, and if we don't wipe your feet when you walk in. Sometimes we do, but sometimes we don't. You cannot jump on. You shouldn't jump on furniture, and your place is, you have your doggy bag and your place doggy bed and your place. You have your you have plenty of places to sit and sleep and lounge. So couch is for me and sofa is for me. But today I actually asked him, and he hesitated for a moment. I asked him to jump up for the purpose of this filming, because I wanted to share him with you as well. You've seen my cat, so that's Shukriya. He's Lhasa Apsos and Shih Tzu mix, and again, really nice boy, and he likes being nice to people and animals, and he loves his cats. He's really nice to his cats too. I have just shown you this couple of videos ago, but there's something that I didn't notice on this one. There was messages on it. This is something I got, and there were messages on it, and I read and I shared some of those with you, but there's the bottom that I haven't noticed is the original motto is build, learn, and create. Okay, so that's okay. But someone wrote under, and I don't know who, of course, I believe in angels. Someone wrote down below these keywords the other words. So what we have is magic numbers in music. So when we read, this is a message for you guys how to manifest, how to, after you learn about law of attraction and how it works, how to manifest, and also how to read messages from the universe, messages about your twin flame journey. So it says, when we read it together, when we read the first word and the word that was written below, it says build magic, learn numbers, and create music. Or we could read like build, learn, create, magic, numbers, music. We can read like that. But anyways, learn numbers. You can go to angel numbers anytime you have whole day certain number repeating. For me this week was number 27. You can check it out. I will put a link below what number 27 means. It could be for you as well. Most likely it is. And then, so learn the numbers, build magic, and create music. Well, if you're not a musician, and if you don't sing, and if you don't know how to write lyrics or how to play an instrument, you can be a good listener. So listen to the music. There's always messages in the music. And of course, when it says build magic, now some Muslims watching this out there will say Muslims don't believe in magic. We don't, and that's true. Not in a sense of doing spells and making other people harm. We don't do that. I mean, now some do, but they're bad Muslims. They're just bad people in general. Well, I can't say bad because I learned not to judge other people. Maybe they don't know any better. But in Islam, it's strictly prohibited to do black magic spells and things like that. But this magic that I'm talking about is magic of life, magic of creation, and magic of God Himself. One time, a long time ago, when I was really at the beginning of practicing Islam, and I was very strict to myself, and many converts are very strict in the beginning because you start from the beginning, and also you have a past, so you want to be the best, and you want to be you seek perfectionism in your path, and that doesn't work for a long time because you have to ease into the religion, you have to ease into your faith and find yourself, like as in everything else in your life. You cannot live too strictly with yourself or with the others. We're only humans, and we have to also realize, just like as we build our strengths and we want to be and please God and be best we can, at the same time we have to admit and realize our weaknesses, and and by admitting them we get closer to God, because we humble ourselves enough to say, I am just a human being, you are omnipotent source of life, source of forgiveness, source of mercy and abundance, and I'm nothing without you, and I am weak, because even the Quran says we are created weak human beings, but we think we are super strong, and we are strong once we admit we are weak. We have to be realistic, and once you realize that you have both strengths and weaknesses, then you learn about yourself and you learn to accept yourself. And also, accept others, because judging others is beyond, is the worst thing you can do. It's actually the most prohibited thing in Islam, is to judge others, because you know God, you cannot judge others. It's God's job. It's number one, God's job, because he created us. I mean, he's the creator, he enjoys creating us, but God doesn't enjoy judging us, and that time has not even come yet. So on the judgment day, God will be our judge. And so don't play God, and don't judge others, and also don't judge yourself too harshly. If you make a mistake, fix it. If you are sorry for what you did, don't do it anymore. It's that simple. Make the sujood, pray to God, find a way to ask God for forgiveness, and go on, move on. Don't linger in that uh, that dog is making me laugh now. He's petting himself. Uh, that's what I mentioned in the previous video. Be like animals, be like kids, be full of life, be happy. He's super happy right now. He just realized I let him on the couch, or actually I asked him to join us in this video. Let's jump on the couch, and now he is like, oh my God, I'm on the couch. Isn't this amazing? Stop doing that. I'm just kidding, okay? I'll fix it up later, and I'll clean it up, and it's your day today to mess it up, huh? Okay, you've never been there before. Isn't it pretty? Okay. So anyway, what I'm saying is, so there is no such thing as being super perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. Not even prophets were perfect. Remember, if you ever read the Quran, God talks to Muhammad directly, talking to him, saying, hey, Muhammad, you know, only when he's telling him that he did something wrong, God, not other human being told him that he was doing wrong, but God. And that's another proof for me that Holy Qur'an is the book of God. By the way, I have ablution. I'm super clean. I haven't touched the dog. He's there. I'm here. And I was praying earlier, so I have a message that came in after the prayer that I want to share. So what I'm saying is, the Quran reveals it's a message for humanity, but only in a couple of places God talks to Muhammad and says, "Oh Muhammad," and in those places God tells Muhammad what he made mistake, that he's a human being and he made mistake, and God is telling him what to do, how to fix it. But God is not praising him in those verses. Rather, he is warning him and telling him that what he did was no. Right? So for me personally, when I read the Quran first time, is one of the many reasons why I believe is real, actual book of God and the message from God, an email from God, call it whatever you want in today's terms, to understand better, text from God, texting from God, is because if anyone would fake, God forbid, but if anyone would fake that he received the revelation from God, they would praise themselves in there. They would say, "Oh, Muhammad, you're the best. Oh, Muhammad, you're the coolest." But this book is real, because in it, Muhammad gets, kind of, God is a little bit angry at him and telling him not to do certain things, or that he has done certain things not in the proper way. So that's a living proof that it's the real deal. This book is the real deal, because nobody would tell themselves, "Hey, you did something wrong," and admit it in front of his whole community of followers. I mean, nobody would do that to themselves. So definitely God spoke to him, right? So anyway, what I'm saying is, nobody's perfect. Don't be too harsh on yourselves. Don't be too harsh on others. When you start certain things in life at the beginning, especially religion, and it's not just Islam, but it's a normal thing, we tend to be too strict with ourselves. So I used to be like that too with everything. All right, a little bit of hair shows up, and I was freaking out. Nowadays, I realize when I walk like this on the streets, people know I'm Muslim. And this is not an Islamic symbol, it's a Hindu symbol, but at the same time, it's not just Hindu symbol, it's First of all, it's decoration. No, I didn't pierce my. Some people ask me, no, I didn't pierce. It's just bindi. It's just a stick-on thing. And I don't have any piercings. I don't have any tattoos. I don't judge other people if they do. I just don't. And I have reasons for that. And so this is just a place where the third eye is physically located. The third eye meaning the special energetic part of our light body where the intuition and telepathic capabilities are cradled in. And sometimes, as one person said it very simply, is there's too much bad energy out there. So you just kind of, with just a little reflection of light, which comes from this little crystal over here, you kind of reflect that evil so it can see itself and stay away from harming your energy. Not harming you, but harming your energy. And it's just kind of, if you are a strong intuitive person like I am, I'm an indigo child. You can check indigo child below. I will put the link. A lot of twin flames are indigos. A lot of them, at least one in the union will be indigo. We are very sensitive. We can sense good things, good vibes, but we can also sense negative vibes. So by by ancient wisdom, this area, if it's covered a little bit or painted, sometimes they put paint on it, it just kind of keeps that area like sort of, it's like a little bit of energetic shield there, right? So it doesn't mean I'm not Muslim. I am Muslim, but usually I don't wear this. I usually wear my hijab. And if a little hair shows up, it doesn't mean it's not perfect hijab or this is the way to wear it or this is not the way to wear it. It's still, the point is for the people, the Quran says, so that you should be recognized as a believing woman. So that's enough. I go out there, people know I'm Muslim, the way I act, the way I'm dressed, and I have a hijab on. So that works for me. But in the past, I used to be very strict with myself, and I would freak out a little bit, hair showed up, right? In the past, I met a woman once, and she said, God is magic. And I freaked out because when she said that, I said, no, you can't say that. In Islam, magic is prohibited. There's, big punishment for that from God because that's kind of like playing with other people's destinies and whatnot and reading the future and this and that. So I was really I was so mad when she said that. Now I've changed. I have changed a lot. I don't react to people. I accept everybody's truth as their own truth and have my own and follow the lead, right? And have become a leader by following my own truth, because then people see that you are not a hypocrite and then you really say what you believe what you say, right? So I have eased into my religion. I have eased into my beliefs, and there is a lot of perceptions out there. There's a lot of different views on this life. So nobody is wrong, and everybody's right, in their own way. So I wanted to say that this word magic, it says build magic. It means build magic of life. Enjoy. Where'd that dog go? I was going to say build magic through good feelings, joyful attitude, and it's easy to be joyful when everything is perfect. Life is never super perfect, and never 100% perfect. So be as joyful as you can. If you haven't had a great week, just there must have been something good that happened in this week, because by law of attraction, if you talk about good things, you will attract good things. If you feel good, you will attract more good, and vice versa. So be careful. And if nothing good happened this week, then remember something good that happened the week before, or imagine something good happening in the future. Let me tell you something. I met a woman at the place where I worked last week, and she was in a wheelchair. She's about 80 years old, very old woman, really bad physical shape, bad health. She was in wheelchair. She was looking for something, medication to buy. I cannot say that for, it's just not nice to say what she was looking for. And she was being pushed in her wheelchair by her son, who was completely blind with the white cane, and he was pushing his mother's wheelchair. She's completely paralyzed, and they don't have anybody else to help them. They were looking for something, and I took them to help them and assisted them. And I couldn't believe my eyes. There's people like that, and they were in good mood. So, like, if you right now are not in a wheelchair and nobody's pushing you around who is blind, you had a good week. There must have been something good that happened to you during this week. So don't despair on your life. I had a lot of things that I wish didn't happen this week. I also had things that were great. Okay, so that's that. And then that's what I wanted to share. And then what else I wanted to share is manifesting. We talked about that video 2 videos ago, about manifesting your twin, manifesting your reunion by just following the good vibe and keep pushing, keep going in a better and better and better vibe until you are able, and practice manifesting with anything that you need, that you want. God will give you, Allah will provide you. He's most abundant one. He's the source of everything. He imagined this whole place and it into existence. Why he can't give you something you want? I was just joking yesterday with someone, and he said, he met me, and on my car he read the sticker, and he said, I met a person from Harvard University, and I have fulfilled one of the things on my bucket list. And I smiled at him and I said, what's on my, you want to, the word bucket list sounds funny to me because I'm European. So first time I came here, I was like, what does that mean? So what I have on my bucket list is to find a bucket of money someday. I mean, I was joking. I just made that up. And, but then the more I talked to him, and I realized it's possible. You can find a bucket of money. Why not? It's possible, because I read a story, a true live story. What happened is, this man, he wanted to go to the restroom really badly, so he got off the freeway into a small village in United States here, and he ran the red light. He was really, he had a call of nature, if you know what I mean, and he didn't know there was no gas stations open. It was Sunday, and he was stopped by a police officer. So he was, telling him that he was over the limit of speed, and then he ran through the almost, it was like yellow light, and he was warning him. And then he explained to him that, he's really, it's an emergency and of sort. And so police officer saw that he was honest, and he pointed him down the street to a funeral home. I was doing a late evening service, like afternoon service, and he was uneasy about that, but he went anyways. And so he walked in, and he asked if he could use their men's room, and the man on the front asked him to sign the guest book. And so he did, and then they were asking him to put his contact, like his phone number and email. And he was like, but can I just use your men's room? And they were like, yes, please, but please just put that in, And so he was so much in a hurry, and he had to go in the bathroom, so that he did that. And so he went, he came out, and then he saw that there was a room where the deceased was in, and he walked in and paid his respect and made a little prayer, and he left. A week later, he got a call, and the guy said he was a lawyer, and he got really upset and scared. He said, and they asked him if he was at that funeral home, and that night, that afternoon, and he said, sure, I was there, but I have not done anything. Have I done something? Did I accidentally do something? I don't know. And they said, no, you have to be at our office, at our law office. at that time on Monday, be prompt. And he was like super anxious. He was super anxious over the weekend. Monday came, he went there, he was still very nervous, he was sweating, and they wouldn't tell him. Well, they said, when you come here, we will tell you what's going on. So what happened? He walked in, and the guy who asked him to sign, he was there, he was a witness, and the lawyer told him that he was a lawyer of the deceased. Deceased happened to be the most, the richest man in that little village, in that little town. He almost owned everything in that place, and he built his riches all his life. He had companies, he was investor, but he never had any children, and he got married once, but he got divorced, and he had no one to inherit his money and his properties. So he left the last will, and the lawyer told him, this is the shortest will I've ever read or prepared. It says that whoever walks, because people hated me. He said, I know the people hated me. I was not helping the poor, and I was not, a lot of people asked me for money, I never gave them any, so I know I had no friends, I had a lot of enemies. So whoever comes to my funeral, let the money and the property be split equally between them. And he requested the guest book to be there. So turns out this man, who was led there by call of nature, was the only, and who paid respect to him, was the only man who actually signed the guest book, and walked in there and signed the guest book, and he inherited everything that this man had owned for his entire life. Everything. So things are possible, and this is really real life story. It really happened. I can put the link below if you want. I will. Yes, I will. I think so. So, I said, bucket list. What bucket list? On my bucket list is a bucket of money. I mean, I was joking, but why I'm mentioning that is because it's what you want, you can get. You have to ask for it, and you believe you can get it. Manifestation. Uh, from items to the people and the events. Start with small and build up. Okay, if you already know how to manifest, great, just keep on doing it, and then manifest your twin.